Johnny's daddy was taking him fishing when he was 8 years old. A little girl came through the front gate holding a fishing pole. His dad looked down and smiled, said, "We can't leave her behind. Son, I know you don't want her to go, but someday you'll change your mind." And Johnny said, "Take Jimmy Johnson, take Tommy Thompson, take my best friend Bo, take anybody that you want, as long as she don't go. Take any boy in the world. Daddy, please don't take the girl." Same old boy, same sweet girl, 10 years down the road. He held her tight and kissed her lips in front of the picture show. Stranger came and pulled a gun, grabbed her by the arm, said, "If you do what I tell you to, there won't be any harm." And Johnny said, "Take my money, take my wallet, take my credit cards. Here's a watch that my grandpa gave me. Here's a key to my car. Mister, give it a whirl. But please don't take the girl." Same old boy, same sweet girl, 5 years down the road. There's gonna be a little one, and she says it's time to go. Doctor says the baby's fine, but you'll have to leave, 'cause his mama's fading fast. And Johnny hit his knees and there he prayed, "Take the very breath you gave me, take the heart from my chest. I'll gladly take her place if you'll let me. Make this my last request, take me out of this world. God, please don't take the girl." Johnny's daddy was taking him fishing when he was 8 years old.
The meaning of love to me is simple. It's sacrifice. Biblically, that's the definition of love. It's the greatest love is sacrifice. The second thing is of the reason why I did this is this specific song is simple, man. I've literally prayed that prayer before. One thing that, we always champion and we talk about, when it comes to the miracle son of Bam Bam, and how we didn't know that, we were pregnant with her until, she was in the hospital. But the one thing that we don't talk about a lot, the one thing that we kind of gloss over because it's, to us, it really is just a testament of our faith. And, we knew that God was going to deliver us. But the reality is that doctor walked me in the hallway, looked me right in my face, because she felt like she didn't get a good enough reaction the first time she told me that I might lose my life. And she says, I'll promise you the baby will be okay, but your wife is in some trouble. So then once we got her on the operating table, they brought in literally almost every single doctor in the hospital. It took them forever to get her prepped and ready, because they had a ton of people in there because they were so scared. She had zero prenatal care. They didn't know what was going on. They knew the baby was in distress, and they were scared. So after they pulled Kyle out, I'm standing there, I watch him pull Kyle out. I walk over there to Kyle. I'm talking to him, I'm looking at him. I'm just amazed at the fact that there was a little human being inside my wife, and we knew, nobody knew. But I turn over and I look, and I see the doctors frantically working on Tanisha. At this point in time, they had to put her out because, with pain medicine, I guess only pain medicine, or she passed out, or maybe they put her out with anesthesia, but she was out. And they were frantically trying to stop the bleeding. They said, "Get Dad out of here with the baby." And I had to leave her. And I went with my son, but I knew that the Lord was going to take care of her. And afterwards, I came in, and she came in, the OB came in and said, "Mr. Kemp, we stopped the bleeding. We almost had to give her blood. She's lost a lot of it. She's been through a lot of stress." She tried to explain to me different reasons why it was imperative for me to give her the okay to tie her tubes, because if she, quote unquote, in her words, if she got pregnant again, she would bust open the stitches, because the way that she had to cut her, she'd bust over the stitches, bleed, and hemorrhage internally, and we would never know until it was too late. She would just drop down and die. And she said, if your wife gets pregnant again, there's an extreme possibility that she will die. Let me tie her tubes now. I said no. And she was very upset. The doctor was very upset, tried to explain to me again. I explained to her the way our faith works and how I knew that Tanisha was going to be okay, and that I prayed and everything was okay. And she thought I was absolutely dumbfounded and dumb. She thought I was completely stupid. She was extremely upset. She didn't think I understood. She thought I was not grasping the seriousness and the reality of the situation, because how could somebody be so reliant on faith? And really, ladies and gentlemen, there's nothing I can tell you that will give that to you. You just have to have it. And when your back is against the wall and there's nothing else that you can do but pray, then it's the easiest thing to do is to give it to God. Because I couldn't do anything. I couldn't go in there. I couldn't, stop the bleeding from my wife. I couldn't help her. I couldn't do anything. All I could do is pray and rely. So this song is imperative to me because I've made that prayer. I prayed that prayer when nobody was around, when nobody's looking, when nobody was in earshot. I prayed that prayer standing over my wife's body as she was unconscious and the doctors were feverishly trying to stop the bleeding because she was stressed out and she was stressed and, on the edge of taking a downturn. That's why they got me out the room. Not because of Kyle, it's because they were worried that they were going to lose my wife. This song means a ton to me because in a heartbeat, I'd give my life for my wife and my children. And that's the love that I have for them. So instead of a love song, that's the traditional thought process of a love song, I went with a song that means the most to me. The actual love that I have for my wife. The love of sacrifice that I would give my life in a heartbeat for her, for my daughter, and my boys. And I'm teaching my boys to be young men. They'll do the exact same thing. Because I was taught that from my father. I love you, baby. Happy Valentine's Day.